Ale House tonight for a special Warriors Coaches Show and Warrior Rally, as it's an exciting time, as always, to be an Indian Hills Warrior fan. Basketball ranked number 3 in the country this week, coming off the win over Triton, heading into the postseason with some great momentum. Coach Cole Dewey joining us, and now Trenton Walters joins us in our final segment. And it's gonna be fun to find out if he answers some of those questions the same way that Big Money answered. Of course, I've been calling him the Frisco Kid. It's a playoff of the Cisco Kid, which is a little bit before his time. But you come from Frisco, Texas. So tell me a little bit about Frisco, Texas. If I were to go there tonight, where would you tell me I got to go? Where do I got to go eat? Where do I got to go hang out? Where's all the cool places in Frisco, which is in the Dallas area, right?
Yeah, it's right outside Dallas. It's north. But I would say one place I would always go is Whataburger. I'm a Texas kid. I love Whataburger. And I think it speaks for itself.
All right. Are you a Cowboy fan?
Not really.
No, okay.
Nah.
Do you follow other sports much other than basketball, or are you just, man, give me basketball?
I am mainly basketball, but I do like to watch a lot of my friends that I know play college football as well.
What about, are you a Mavs guy?
I am. I'm a Kyrie guy.
What about the trade? How'd you feel? That had to, were you blowing up your phone with people? Were you throwing fits? Did you break anything when you traded the Joker?
I didn't understand it, but I'm a Kai guy. I like Kyrie Irving,
okay.
So I wasn't too worried. But I did like watching Luka too.
All right, Coach. We head to the postseason. When you walk into the room, the gym on the first Monday after the regular season ends, obviously you want to work hard every day. You want to get the most. But is there a different vibe when it's all right? All the preliminaries are out of the way.
Yeah, we're 0-0 now.
Yeah.
Everything we've done up to now, everybody's even. That's what's so special about the month of March and playoff basketball in college. Everybody's got a fair chance again. So we know that. We also know the work we put in this year and what we've done and how we showed. I told the guys today, it doesn't say it on paper, but in our eyes, we're 27-3,
yep.
and that means we've showed up night in and night out. Some of these other teams that we may have to play, there may have been some nights where they didn't show up and give their best, and we know. We can look ourselves in the mirror and know we showed up all 30 games this year and gave it everything we got. And knowing the work we put in each and every day, it's the habits that we built, and I feel like that's we're in a good place, and it's going to carry over one day at a time until Saturday.
Well, one thing about it, the win last Saturday, in my mind, I would think secured the fact that we're going to go to Hutch, even if something unforeseen happens here and we don't get the automatic bid. But it's important if we now with that win, and then if we win the next two and get the automatic bid, you're looking at most likely a top 3 seed, and depending on what happens, you could be as high as number 1.
Correct, and that's our goal, is to go in and give ourselves the best chance possible at Hutch, and obviously most of the time, the higher seed you have at that tournament, it gives you the better chance. It doesn't always work out that way, but the numbers say that you're 1, 2, or 3, and a 4 seed, then you don't have a good chance or a good path along the way. So we put ourselves in good position, but like I said, the work's not done. We got goals this year. We've met one of them. We got 3 more to meet.
All right, so I want to let Warrior fans know, if they're not following along or watching the JUCO Jam, we talk a lot about that. That's on the NJC network. I got an opportunity to co-host that today with Nick Nielsen. So there's a lot of Indian Hills talk, and one of the things we talked about was some of the teams we played. Snow is ranked number 1, and I said on there they deserve to be number 1. They are the team to beat now until somebody beats them, and I'm sure you're drilling that into our guys' heads that we have work to do. We have some revenge to get on some folks along the way.
Yeah, no question. Snow's a really good team. It was a tie game, or we were up with 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left. It was anybody's game. They made some plays late, and we did not, and they came out with the win. But we know we're right there. We can beat anybody. We match up against Snow 10 times. Who knows what's going to happen? But we definitely want to take care of business every step of the way, and hope that in that last game of the year, hopefully they're on the other side. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. A rematch on Saturday in Hutchinson, Kansas. That'd be a good time.
It would.
Trenton, talk a little bit about last Saturday night and the atmosphere at the Hellier Center down on the floor. We had a great crowd, and I'm sure as a player, it's always fun to play in big games against – you want the best opponents, right? So talk to me about that, about how much fun it is to play against great players and what that environment was like with that crowd.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We played against them before, And I think it made it a lot more fun when we lost to them the first time and we had something to prove. Playing in the Helliers, second to none. And they always show out for games, even when it's not the number 3 team in the country. So playing the Helliers is always fun. I think all year it's been my favorite place to play, and I've played there the most. So it's always somewhere to be.
All right, you've got a good following. Your mom's always tuned in. Your dad's tuned in. Your aunt's tuned in. And we enjoy that. But and they get a chance to shout out quite a bit. Talk about your family a little bit. Obviously, you come from a pretty close family. You've got a good support system.
Yeah, my parents, my auntie, my grandma, my brother, all of them are really close to me. I talk to them every day. And they're a reason why I am here, why I am the way I am now. It's easy to talk to them. I see them all the time, and they're always there for me. So it's always a win to have them.
Well, we had a great time when your dad was up here. He came on the broadcast and did some color commentary, and just had a good time with that. I gather he probably could play a little basketball maybe when he was younger. Was he have any game?
He wasn't as good as I am.
Okay. All right.
But he was pretty good.
How do you remember? How old were you when you think you could legitimately beat him, either in a shoot around or a game of one-on-one? Like, not him. I'm guessing your dad probably never let you win, right? He probably put the pressure on you. But how old were when you could beat him?
I would probably say 13, 14.
Okay.
I think I was good enough then to beat him, but
Okay.
he might say otherwise.
Did you play in the driveway and stuff, or in the gym, a little one-on-one occasionally?
Nah, I don't think he wanted to lose, so he just didn't play me.
Okay. Well, see, he's big on the free throws.
Yeah.
But you think your dad would hit all his free throws, or you think he'd miss every once in a while?
Nah, I've rebounded for him before.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
nah,
He's not going to hit them all. All right, Coach. Talk about the team and what you think makes you a tough team going into the tournament. What do you like most about your team and where they're at right now?
We're in a good place right now. We're bringing it every day. Like Amante said, these guys are competing in practice. And I switched the teams up a little bit today just to get a different look with some different guys playing with each other. But they're doing a good job showing up every day and competing. And you said it earlier. Everybody's heard the saying, iron sharpens iron. And that's what we feel is what we're doing every day in practice. We talked about it earlier in the year when maybe we were playing some of the lesser teams, and we talked about how we got to make sure we show up this week and practice every day like it's a war and make each other better. Because when you got such a talented team like that, that's some of the best practice you can do, or the best preparation you can do to get ready for games, is just push each other and bring out the best in each other each and every day. And they're doing a good job in that. I think, to answer your question, I mean, the inside presence that we showed last game, I think that's kind of I don't want to say the final piece, but that's something that we may have been lacking throughout the year. And to have a game where we know we can throw it inside and score the ball a little bit, that's going to give us a whole other option, going into these tournament games.
All right, Saturday night, Indian Hills at home against either Marshall or Southeastern. You kind of have to, obviously it helps a little bit that you've seen them both twice, but you have to, I suppose these last few practices, you're doing a little bit of prep for both, or are you just saying, let's work on who we are, and then Thursday or Friday we'll get into whoever we're playing?
You called it. That's basically the words that came out of my mouth today, wasn't it, Trenton?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're going to focus on ourselves today and tomorrow. We'll go watch them play tomorrow, me and the staff, and we'll get ready Thursday and Friday for whoever it may be. And like you said, we've played them both. They both play a similar style. It's nothing that we really have to really game plan for, because they play similar to us. Southeastern does defensively, and Marshalltown plays similar to us. Triton, they switch 1 through 5. That's something that you don't see very often. So having a week to prepare for them was helpful, because that's something that, like I said, you don't see often. So having those two teams playing a similar style defensively that we see every single day, it's going to be good for us.
Well, obviously in sports you never want to look ahead, but whether it's Marshalltown, Southeastern, or us, you have to have started the process of looking over at the Mondac region, because that's where we have to go for districts, and you have to get on the road probably midweek. So you got to be ready to put some game planning in and be all three of you teams have to be looking ahead a little bit and preparing. We know that it's highly, the heavy favorite out there is Dawson. they can score some points.
Yep.
What have you seen from that region? Whoever goes out there from Iowa, we hope and think it's going to be us, but it may, that's why you play the game. But whoever goes out there, what challenges do you see from Dawson, as they are obviously they're a heavy favorite?
Yeah. You say you don't like talking ahead in sports, but you've been doing it this whole interview, man. Yeah. I don't want to talk ahead in sports, but you keep asking me these questions, so I got to answer them. Me and Trenton, all we're worried about is doing what we can tomorrow to get better, but we'll keep answering the questions.
There you go.
So, Dawson's a really good team. They're I'd be lying if I said I hadn't watched a game, already. They're averaging 101 points per game, second in the country. They press for 40 minutes. It's a tough place to play. I've been up there before. It's not easy to play there. They're going to have a packed house. And they just play a up-tempo, fast-paced style. But like you said, that's a good region up there. Williston, I think, beat them a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. North Dakota School of Science is always good. But, if the numbers show true, then, Dawson will probably be the place that us, Southeastern and Marshalltown, will have to go.
And you had we talked this afternoon, you're no stranger to a road trip like it's wherever. It's going to be 14 or 14 and a half hours, and you've kind of done a swing up there. You spent had a little road trip up in those parts in your early days.
Yeah, when I was when I left here as an assistant, I went to Otero Junior College as the head coach there. In year 2, we drove our own buses. Me and my assistant, we drove our buses. So we took about a 14, 15-hour trip, played Miles, played Dawson, played Williston, played Lake Region State, and won all 4 of those games. So we've been up in that area of the country. Williston was only an hour from the border of Canada. Yeah. At Dawson and Glendive, you're in the middle of nowhere in Montana, but it's beautiful country up there. So yeah, I'm a little familiar with it. Hopefully we get to go back this year.
And if we do, will you be driving?
I won't be driving.
There you go. That'll be a little bit better, won't it?
Yes, it will.
All right, as we get set to wrap up, a couple of things, and we're going to get to Trenton with some. We're going to end with Trenton on some of those fun questions and see if he answers some of those the same way that Big Money did. But I want to tell you that we have our track team at the national tournament in Lubbock, indoor track, men's and women's. Baseball and softball are going. Softball's at home this Sunday, noon start with Jefferson. And our wrestlers are over at the national tournament in Council Bluffs this weekend. That's Friday and Saturday. We'll have a Warrior Rally over there at Barley's on Thursday night. And then we'll have audio coverage of that, and then we'll have the video coverage of our Saturday Night Region Championship game here in Ottumwa at 7 o'clock. It'll either be Marshalltown or Southeastern. So if you're a Warrior fan, I'm telling you, there's a lot to keep your head spinning right now. It's an awesome time, and we're hoping that this basketball team takes us a long ways. We're hoping they take us to Saturday night in Hutchinson, Kansas, and we know we're going to have a great fan base along the way watching, and we need a packed house Saturday night, right? We need to make sure that home court advantage comes into play at the Hellier Center. So let's get out there and cheer them on. All right, Trenton. You guys in the backcourt compete against each other every day, right? And Big Money was saying, you and Quentin might have got the best from today, do a little trash talking, have a little fun. But who's the best video gamer in the group?
Quentin is for sure. I think Quentin plays the most. And he lives on the game. He's probably playing the game right now. But I think he'd be the best.
Now, Big Money had him. Big Money, he put the money on himself.
Yeah, that sounds.
But you're
like
not betting on Big Money. You're not betting Big Money on Big Money.
Tay might be the worst out of all 3 of us.
Okay, all right, okay. And then he wasn't sure on this, although he did. Who would win in a foot race? You guys in the backcourt, 100-meter dash. Who wins that?
I'm gonna take myself in the foot race on the 100-meter dash. I think Quentin is a little bit faster in a short distance, but I think he'll run out of endurance in a 100-meter dash. I think I can get that one.
All right. Yeah. And I'll say, Monte had himself last in that. He was I'll be last in that. Yeah.
I like to hear Taze being truthful tonight.
Is there anybody on the team that does a good impersonation of Coach Dewey? Coaches have sayings, they have mannerisms. Is there anybody that can impersonate Coach Dewey?
I think Tay is one of the better ones. He's been with Dewey the longest.
Okay.
But I also, that's a good question.
Yeah. Does Coach have a saying? Does he have anything that that he says over and over? Some coaches do, some coaches don't.
He tells me a lot of the same stuff. But to the team, I would say. I don't think he does.
Okay.
I don't think he does. I think he says a lot of different things, but not one same thing all the time.
All right. 10 years from now, we turn on the TV and somebody on the team's doing a stand-up comedy special on Netflix. who would you be least surprised to see?
Amonte Allen Johnson.
He might be. So get my tickets right now, right?
Yeah,
Amonte,
Amonte.
Big Money Live. That'd be a great show.
That is.
Big Money Live.
Yeah, Amonte is hilarious.
He's funny.
Yeah.
All right. Are you a good joke? Can you tell a joke?
If you're saying right now, no.
No? All
But I kind of am a situational joker. I like to make situations funny.
Who's the best singer on the team?
JV sings the most,
Okay.
so I would say JV.
Who's the best dancer? Anybody any good at dancing?
I'm gonna say Lie, but
What?
Okay.
yeah, Lie
Abdullah?
probably has the best rhythm.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We can't wait, man, to get this thing started in the postseason and seeing how far this team can take it. It's been a great year. We've enjoyed it very, very much, and it was fun to be here. Thank you, Godfrey's Ale House, for having us out. I know Warrior Nation's been waiting for an opportunity to get together.